Those that can't see, how tall are you?
I'm about 6'10". The height came my senior year of high school, 5 inches, grew over summer.
Gosh.
So it was like going from like 6'1" to 6'6", and then grew like 3 inches after that in the next 2 years.
Wow, bro. Oh, hey, what's up, Bullfit fam? It's the No Bullshit, Just Bullfit podcast. We've got Corbin Kaufusi here, pro NFL player and bodybuilder. So stoked to have you on. And you're just such a character, dude. I just love your vibe and all of it. But yeah, your whole family is super athletic, right?
We're just big people, you know, that like running around. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love that you make Todd look small. Todd's always making me look small. So
for those that can't see, how tall are you?
I'm about 6'10".
6'10".
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
And then I'm 6'4", which I usually feel pretty tall, but again, 6'10", it's no.
It's kind of the no man's zone because you're not a 7-footer.
Yeah.
But you're not like 6'7". I feel like 6'8" is like the cutoff for just a normal tall guy. So it's like this weird in between of like
He considers
you're freaky, but not quite the
guy.
7-foot freak, you know?
No, bro, that's awesome.
That is awesome. So you said everyone in your family's large.
Yeah.
Are your brothers same size, same?
I'm the tallest, but they're both 6'8", and I'd say they have like more muscle mass, like naturally. They have more of the Polynesian build than I do, and so yeah, just a lot of big people.
Yeah, your older brother, did he play NFL too?
Yeah.
Ryan?
Yeah, so he kind of led the way. Well, my dad did, but my older brother played for about 7 years. So we got to play together. That was super fun. Yeah, it was a dream come true.
Oh, so cool. So you were with San Francisco, you were with the Jets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So your brother, what teams did he play for?
So he got drafted to the Ravens and then went from the Ravens to the Jets. And we were there for 2 years together. And then I went to the Niners after, and he went to Green Bay and ended up there.
Such great teams too.
Yeah.
So.
Especially here in Utah, we got a lot of Niners fans in Utah.
Oh, exactly. I loved finding that out. Like, kind of grow up a Niners fan, and then I was like, oh, sweet, yes, finally.
Steve Young.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Troy Aikman was the best during that time, but that's because Dallas is the best team ever.
Oh, okay.
America's
team. My high school football coach used to just pound that into my head. Remember, the Cowboys are America's team. Like, okay.
It's un-American not to be a fan.
Yeah, exactly. Like, screw that. No.
Yeah, dude.
So in high school, you played football, obviously. Yeah. Any other sports?
Yeah, basketball and baseball. But I won't lie, I was kind of more of the artsy kid.
Really?
Yeah, so I did like art classes and stuff.
Awesome.
What kind of art?
I loved ceramics in high school. So like
ceramics
pottery,
is
sculpting, but even just like painting and stuff. I was a late bloomer, so
I just imagine your 6'10" frame sitting over a little pottery spin wheel as you're making stuff.
See, that's the thing. I was the late bloomer. So like I was super unathletic. Everyone thought I was like adopted or something compared to my older siblings. Like they were the all-staters, and then they're like, there's the art sibling.
This nerdy little guy.
Is this your brother?
Yeah.
So late bloomer, when did you start to develop in sports, height, strength? When did all that come about?
I'd say it was like I tell people I hit puberty like 4 different times. But the height came my senior year of high school, 5 inches, grew over summer.
Gosh.
So it was like going from like 6'1" to 6'6", and then grew like 3 inches after that in the next 2 years. But I'd say like, yeah. And then 2 years later is when I felt like my body finally developed into everything.
And were you always lifting in high school?
Yeah. I like always loved lifting. Like that was kind of the thing my dad instilled in us. But it sucked because I was so weak. Like, you know, I would like be with my friends, the D linemen, but my coach was like, well, you got to go live with the receivers because you can't lift as much as the D linemen. So it was a struggle, but it was fun.
Okay, so how much weight were you, like when you started blowing up and filling out? I mean, you were 360 in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about. Like, how much do you weigh right now?
Right now, I'm about 240. Yeah.
Okay.
So
120 pounds.
yeah. That's like weird to think about.
I lose 20 pounds and I'm like a totally different person.
Oh,
But 120? Oh, yeah, that's a whole person.
That is a whole person in there.
it was big for sure.
What was it like playing in the NFL? What did you love it? I remember I talked about Alani being up here. He's like, I hate the NFL. Like, who's your favorite team? He's like, I don't have one. Whatever, bro.
Who's your favorite? I don't know. I watch football. I don't know. He just did it. I was good at it.
Yeah.
It was like interesting because it was never something I planned on doing. Like my older brother was like that kid that everyone, oh, he's gonna be a pro athlete, he's gonna make it to the NFL. But it was never something I had thought I could do. And so it was like a dream come true, but something I didn't plan for. So it was super fun. But kind of to what Lonnie like said, it was interesting because when it becomes a job and like what they make you do for it, it changes like your whole perspective on football. Because it's like for me with weight gain, like I got told if I don't gain 3 to 5 pounds a week, I will be fired immediately after weighing type thing.
That reminds me of when I tried out for
tell you.
runway modeling. You know, they were always like, you need to take this 2 inches off your waist or you're out immediately.
No, yeah.
So I was always throwing up and addicted to cocaine and, you know, I'm like, I can't do this. They're like, you need to grow 10 inches right now or you're out.
It's crazy.
Runway
That's
modeling.
Yeah. And it's like they'll fine you too. Like they can fine up to, I don't know what it is now, but it was like 600 pounds or $600 every pound
What?
over or under your 5 pound weight.
No way.
And they legally have that like structured so they could totally just
Totally. And even some organizationally, they can charge more. So like there's fines by the NFL, fines by your organization, fines within your room that you're like, the O-line room have their own set of fines that they make. And so
Do they do that in the contract? Do they say, hey, you know, we expect you to be X weight?
they don't say like a specific weight, but in the contract, it's like you have to be within our parameters. And every team has that. And so it's interesting. I saw a dude get fined $21K for being overweight.
What is he?
Yeah.
Does he just love to eat? Or, wait, how big was he already?
He was a O-lineman.
Okay.
And he got injured though, like season-ending injury. He was an all-pro guy. But when he came back from the off-season of his injury, like he just wasn't in good shape from after the injury, like didn't quite keep up on his cardio. And so he was like 50 pounds over what they were used to him being. And they're like, all right, we're going to find you. All right. So,
Oh,
I had no idea.
but yeah, makes
Fascinating.
it's crazy.
yeah. He was probably like 360 already, right?
Oh yeah. He was like over 400 when he came in. So it was like one of those things where he would have to lose weight to even get going. But
All pro, getting fined 20 grand. Did they have to let him go after that?
no, he just paid the fine. He's like, I didn't want to work out during this time, so I planned on it. Like
every penny.
there's guys that'll like take the fines like they're nothing.
Dang.
You know, like the sock fines and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like 10K, they're like, yeah, whatever. But like, you know, I'm a small fry. I'm like, oh my gosh, like make sure my socks are way up.
Don't find me, please.
So with having such strict parameters, they've got, I'm guessing, dietitians for you, coaches, like they're monitoring and making sure, like, okay, you're doing everything within your power to reach these parameters that were set. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, but also like they're not gonna baby you type of thing. Like I felt like from a jump from college to football, like college, you're young, so like they're gonna tell you, whereas like football and NFL, when it's your job, they're like, we're gonna give you these resources, use them or not, but we're gonna fire you if you end up not performing according to our parameters. And so they definitely have like nutritionists and stuff, but a lot of guys have to like go out on their own and even find more because you just do not want to be underneath that level that they expect.
Dang, that's crazy. I had no idea.
So now you're transitioning into bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that like? You're working with a coach now.
Yeah, it's so different working out because my whole life I've worked out for sports, but working out this way has been way more enjoyable. I kind of grew up with the closet obsession of bodybuilding, and so it's been fun to change up how my workouts are and just like lifting so different now. It's not as much of like the functional stuff, which is still great and I love doing, but I don't know, it's just
Well, no, you're
different-
It's muscle.
though. Yeah, exactly. And it's not like it's developing the muscle for the look too. Whereas like, you know, when I was a 360 O-lineman, you're developing muscle, but it's like I'm developing muscle and eating Cinnabon at the same time, you know?
You're going to experiment with your artistic side too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, totally. Like when you see
Shaping
those
your body.
changes, oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
Well, even just like the posing and the routines, and I mean, it's an art form.
Oh, 100%. I was a nerd about that as a kid. Like, used to watch the 80s bodybuilder. It was like my favorite routines and stuff. I love it.
What bodybuilders did you like watching?
So my all-time favorite underrated physique is Samir Bannout. He was like
Yeah.
the Lebanese lion.
Yeah.
His back is one of the greatest, and he's not like huge size-wise, but his proportions, everything was incredible. So love him. Love watching Bob Paris's posing along with Lee Labrada. Like,
Yeah, you know your bodybuilding history.
I
Awesome.
when I was 12, my dad gave me his old bodybuilding encyclopedia book and
It's so cool.
ran with it.
It's so cool.
Sweet. What teams did your dad play for?
He did a short, like only a few months with, I think, the Steelers, but he was with the Eagles most of his time. Yeah, for like 3 or 4 years.
Sweet.
So, the older siblings were born in Philly, but I was born in Provo.
Oh, way different. Why did they move to Utah?
It was just when he finished playing, he just came back here for school because this is where they went to college, my parents, and so, yeah.
Sweet.
So when you were playing in the NFL, did you have an idea that you wanted to transition into bodybuilding as you were going to kind of finish that career, or did that come later on?
It was always, I always knew I was going to do bodybuilding at some point, like just to try at least once, a bucket list dream thing. And then even after,
I love that.
it was kind of like during my career in the NFL, I was like, oh, I got to do it after this because my body right now is getting wrecked. And so I don't know if I can do anything, like have a break before I try anything else physical. So that's kind of where I was like, and it was good motivation to lose all the weight. So I was like, because most guys, after they'd finish playing, they go up or down.
going to say,
Yeah, there's no staying around. It's either they lose a ton of weight or they'll keep going up. And so I had to use that as a motivation.
Dang, that's very impressive.
But I think
What shows are you planning on doing next year?
I'm not sure which one exactly, but I told after this first show I did, so fun. I was like, need a full year off, and then we'll evaluate. My coach and I will evaluate probably 6 months from now and see, okay, this is the show. Let's aim for this prep.
And what are you gonna do? Open or
I'll
classic?
stay with classic,
Okay.
but just try to ended up being so much skinnier than I thought for this first show. Like just felt lean, and so I'm like, man, if I can just put on 20 more pounds on stage, that'd be so much better.
What weight did you compete at?
So the day of the show I was like 228.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
That's lean.
I hadn't been there since like high school. Yeah, it was crazy.
So with your first prep going into the show, you hear almost horror stories as people are going through cutting their carbs, depleting water. What was it for you? What was that process like?
Because I've been on the opposite end of the spectrum and gaining weight, I would much rather cut weight than gain weight.
Interesting. Okay.
Because like gaining weight hurts.
Uh-huh.
Cutting, I feel like you can mentally get through it. Whereas like gaining weight is more, but you're physically uncomfortable. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I got really big into like intermittent fasting for a little bit and just finding the things that worked for me. So the cutting ended up not being terrible. But the last couple weeks with the no carbs, it's so true what they say about like low calorie, no carb brain. I can't think straight. I'm making the dumbest decision.
I already can't think straight. So like no carbs, salty, rough.
Like my friends and family are like, yeah, you were doing some dumb things. I'm like, yeah, why would I ever do that?
Were you? You're so nice. What were you? Were you a little ornery, maybe?
I'm more emotional, maybe.
I'd say emotional, maybe a little bit. Ornery, I would just I think I was just low energy. And that was like, it wasn't that I was ornery. I was just didn't feel myself because I felt like I'm usually like pretty high energy, like, woo. And then when I'm just like, woo,
I was backstage. We are just presenting awards for both a Wasatch Warrior.
Oh yeah.
Like I could not strike up a conversation with anybody. I'm like, I feel so weird, and like I'm insecure. Like I want people to talk to me, like, yeah. But they were not having it. They're just, oh, that's so serious.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I was like. Oh, I gotta try this out. Like these guys are too straight. Like
you're gonna love it, man.
I think it'll be fun.
It's awesome. And it's a cool experience, like backstage, because I felt the same way And then the few people I talk to, they're like, oh man, I feel the same. I'm dying right now. I'm like, oh, cool. Like right before walking out with everyone in my class, like we were all like, all right, let's get this over with. Like, we need to eat. Like,
Yeah.
it was a cool community.
Nobody's really thinking straight at that point.
Oh, exactly.
Did you enjoy the donuts after?
Oh yeah. My first meal was some donuts, cupcakes, and then a Big Mac. Oh, just a large Big Mac meal.
Dude, I love Big Macs.
Oh,
I wish I could just eat that all the time.
dude,
Like,
for real.
every
Super
day.
Tasty.
I don't
I
get
just
it.
stopped myself last night from stopping by.
People think it's gross. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's amazing.
Oh, it really is. Like, holds up.
Oh, yeah.
As a kid, still delicious.
Oh yeah.
Can I ask you a question here, Corbin?
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of music?
Ooh, great question. I love music. Recently, I've gotten way more into it. I've been loving EDM. I love dance music.
Nice.
And just
What kind of what artists stand out?
I love Fred again. If you've ever heard of him,
Oh, yeah.
Fred again, Skrillex. It's interesting because I listened to Little Skrillex in high school when it first came out.
Do you know what genre that is, Tom?
He kind of made this comeback.
A genre Skrillex is in?
Well, I had just learned about EDM like recently, so I feel like they're not listed on the same page as you ran in.
Just say I love dubstep.
I don't.
Yeah. That's Skrillex.
Yeah, it was interesting because in like high school he's dubstep, but now he's kind of this older version, like this dad form that makes a little bit different sounds. But I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did. Wait, he was in an emo band too. Like he's well rounded.
Yeah, he's like had an awesome journey. So.
Oh yeah, and you can't just be busting dubstep into your 60s. Like, eventually your eardrums will be like, okay, no way you're gonna do this all night to me, every weekend.
Oh yeah, a little change up for sure.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
make it a little softer. Have you been to DOS Energy?
Yeah, I went for the first time this year.
Oh,
It was awesome.
dude.
Yeah.
Largest event Utah puts on is DOS Energy. Normally 2 days. I think they cranked it up to 3 days this last time though. Is that accurate?
Oh yeah, it was 3 days.
Was it at the Salt Palace?
Oh yeah, and I love that venue.
Oh yeah, it's magical there. Yeah,
It's sweet.
The desert. Salt Palace used to be an amusement park back in the 50s. Yeah, like people from all over the world used to come to the Salt Palace
Yeah.
to partake of the benefits of being in sodium, I guess, or salt.
No way.
Yeah, so like everybody all over the world in the 50s would come here, flock to the Salt Palace,
Yeah.
and they swim in those onesie black suits that they had back in the day.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Well, I've
you look
never
like a
heard
sail-
of something like this, but I didn't know that.
And then they had dances at night.
That's legit.
The rail tracks went directly there, came back, but it was a huge event.
Dope little spot out there, just like right outside of everything.
So magical out there.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. So you like EDM as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I've produced a little bit of music there and there under an alias called Sage Pierce. But
I'm gonna need to listen. To
yeah, you'll have to listen to some.
I would love to.
It's pretty fun.
Yep.
But production is really cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so some of your other interests you like are video games?
Love video games, music. Like I'm gonna have to talk more about that because I'm trying to learn how to produce just a little.
Okay,
so
so
dope. But love video games. I'm an outdoors person. I'm a mountain guy, so I just love being outside all the time. But
Very well-rounded.
I'm all over the place. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's your split look like for lifting?
My split, it just changed with my new program I'm on. So now it's like chest, legs, back, rest, arms, and then back again right now. But I was doing just a push-pull legs 6 days a week for my first show, like for a good 7 months. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this new one goes.
What's your protein intake look like?
Right now, I'm excited to find out what the new one was, but for most of this last prep, and it was like 300. Yeah, 300, 350. So it was,
Yeah, lots of food.
yeah.
Do you like Bobetta?
I love their chicken, man. I got the stacks of the chicken, bro.
Bobetta is where it's at.
Oh, exactly.
So are you doing like smaller meals throughout the day? Are you reserving the bigger meals and fewer of them? Or how is your diet looking?
I'm trying to get better about the little meals throughout the day. Because when I was first cutting all the weight, like the best way for me was I wouldn't eat until like 4 in the afternoon when I was big. And then either you have a big meal and then just let that just settle the rest of the night. But now, like, because I'm trying to gain muscle, I'm like, okay, I need to split it up into throughout the day.
Yeah, I'm excited to put out
that.
that.
Shoot. What are your meals like, bro?
Oh, we do. I do 7 eggs in the morning, protein drink, 40 grams
Yeah.
protein, and then I do a regular at Mobetta in the afternoon,
Okay.
and then at night I do another, which is 12 ounces of chicken,
Yeah.
and then I'll do a protein, scoop of protein too then.
Okay, yeah.
If I hadn't already done one. So after my breakfast, I go eat, I go lift, and then I do a 40 grams of protein there.
Okay,
And then
yeah.
at 12 o'clock, I do Mobetta. And then probably about 2 o'clock, I'll do another protein drink.
Oh, yeah.
And then
You
at
got the
night,
down, bro.
I do about 12 ounces of chicken again.
Yeah.
And then I'll do maybe 2 like protein bars throughout the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bro,
So
you're dialed in right now.
3 huge meals. In the morning, I do 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese too. So it's just a huge
Yeah, you
gut
get your
bomb.
protein. Yeah.
You gotta get used to it, dude. If you can do that and then work out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I slam Bodacious right when I get to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Because it hits me quick. Some people, it takes 30 minutes or whatever.
Dude, I'm the same. Like,
bleeding.
people that are taking it in their car, it'll hit too quick. And I'm like,
Yeah.
in my warm up, and I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be pushing heavy weight at this point. Like, what the heck?
Dude, that's how I feel. So as soon as I get into the gym, I slam it. And
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bodacious is killer. Yeah. How do you feel on, you just slammed some cowabunga here?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel a little bit of a buzz, which is nice.
Yeah.
Like that.
Cool, bro. Hey, dude, C-Bum, me and Todd are huge fans of C-Bum. And we were so bummed when he retired from Classic.
Yeah.
Like, it was sad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like someone put it this way to me. He's the Arnold of our generation.
Yep.
And I won't lie, because I'm such an old school, like, lover. I used to hate when people would say that, but now it makes total sense. Like, the way he's affected fitness for everyone of this generation, like, especially age groups, like kids and stuff. Oh, for sure they're Arnold. So I'm with it there. When I heard he was retiring, it's like bittersweet, because he's had such a journey, and you're just like, what an amazing cap on that. But it's like, this is our guy. I can't.
What do you think about his physique compared to Arnold?
Ooh, it's interesting because Arnold's physique is so unique in some of the way his muscle bellies are. Like, genetically, like, his chest and arms are just so unique, even compared to, like, most bodybuilders now.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to have seen, like, just because the styles of bodybuilding are different, like, you can kind of see that in their muscles. And so I would have loved to have seen how Arnold's body would react to now stimulus and training.
Oh, wow. Supplement.
Yeah, to see, and then see like how they
Technology.
look next to each other.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Arnold is so confident. Like, that confidence is out of control. So
Yeah, like pumping iron.
I feel like he'd edge him out, maybe. But C-Bub looks so great. He's so well-rounded. Arnold's biceps, Arnold's chest is out of control, though.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just flopped over.
Well, and the focus was a little different back then.
Oh, for sure. Like, the Arnold's legs definitely would not be able to hold up with C-bums at all. But it's like, if that was more of an emphasis, what could they have been? You know, they were great for the time, for sure. But
I think, too, one of the reasons why they're both so iconic is their personalities outside the gym.
exactly.
Arnold came off with this overconfident, funny, loving
Yeah.
bodybuilder. C-Bomb is more of that humble approach.
Yeah.
But when you see him off camera, you kind of fall in love with the guy. You're like, this guy's awesome. He seems kind. He wants to help people and teach people. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's that personality off the stage that has really kind of separated those two from so many other bodybuilders.
100%. Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Because C-Bum is like, he's so relatable. And I think that's what makes him so great for everyone. Like, such great content is he's real, he's genuine, he's intentional. It's never bad stuff. Like, you can watch his stuff and you're never gonna be like, oh, that was a waste.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you know that he just announced that he's going to do open? You did know that?
yeah, me and my coach were talking like, what do we think's gonna happen?
I think it's so cool.
If he can take an Olympia in the open class, I think he could be considered the greatest bodybuilder of all time.
Oh, for sure.
To start
multiple
classes.
classes.
6-time
Arnold didn't have
champion.
that option.
Yeah.
Sure. But the fact that he's doing, it's just no one's done it. Right.
Yeah.
Arnold,
Well,
no one.
There's never
I don't think anyone's-
classic.
yeah.
Because Derek Lunsford, he's the only one to win an Olympia in the 212 and the Open, but no one's gone from classic Olympia winner to Open. That would be crazy.
It could be cool.
Yeah,
Because that's
that class wasn't around during Arnold's time.
Yeah.
No, yep.
There's
The
like-
classic's a newer class.
Yeah.
Which I like the physical, like I like the appearance of the classic physique more than the open class. So to see, in my opinion, his perfect physique go to that next stage, it's like, you're so perfect the way you're built now, but at the same time, it's going to be so cool.
It'd change your mind.
So that's the thing.
Opens the way to
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm excited to see like where the mask goes on him, you know, like where he puts that extra weight on. So
Because if he can keep his waist small
exactly.
and be in the open class, that'll be a game changer for that class.
No, exactly. Yeah, because it'll just change how everyone will have to be.
Could put it in a better spot. I think, yeah, everybody will look a little better.
And it'll be interesting to see how these big boys in the open class accept C-Bum coming into their route, right? Because he's been the king in his own.
Yeah.
He's stepping into a completely different jungle.
And it's true, like, you know, if you look at like an open guy and C-Bum, like they both look great, but like you see in the open, oh yeah, the mass is totally different. Yeah, it's a very next level thing. So it's not like, I know some people want to be like, oh, it'll be easy for him. It's like, oh no, it's a totally different monster, but it's going to be fun to see how he approaches it.
And it's back and forth right now, so it's perfect timing for him.
Oh yeah.
It's not like we have a Phil Heath up there. Yeah, he has to compete against.
Oh, we've had several new champions over the last few years. So it's a perfect time for him to.
And I feel like it's like finally getting going again in the open. Like they're finally getting more hype around it. I felt like there was a
Money
lull for a few years and the classic took over, which is great because classic is so the art form, you know, it's a little more aesthetic. But I feel like this last Olympia, they finally are like getting it moving with the open again. Like guys are going.
Yeah, Arnold pumped in more money to
Yeah.
the Open.
Yeah.
And then I think they had a $500,000 payout with the last one.
Yeah.
So it's more money.
Sylvester Stallone and Arnold both came out with one.
How is that's
Sylvester's
neither of those? Because I love Sylvester Stallone.
It's called Sly. It's like my favorite documentary to watch.
I didn't know he came out with one.
Oh, you will love Sylvester Stallone by the end of it.
All right.
It makes me so happy.
You love Arnold, and Arnold's Arnold, and he's this cocky bodybuilder. You know,
Interesting.
oh yeah. But then Sylvester Stallone, you hear about his story, how he wrote Rocky, how he couldn't get the part, he was uncastable, he's speech problems, and then it's like you just fall in love with this guy's ambition and his tenacity and what he's doing.
It's like literally like Rocky, his movie is literally just his life.
Oh yeah.
Like truly his life. And I feel like his life's more interesting, like crazier, you know.
Well, and he talks about it in the documentary too, as he's going through Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As he's writing them, it's about what's going on in his personal life.
No way.
After he finally beats Apollo in Rocky 2, in real life, he's on top of
Yeah, he's the man.
He's the man. And so Rocky 3, it's about him losing that ambition, that sight, and then someone comes along and it's Mr. T. Well, in his life, he's having these same similar situations. It was so fascinating.
I wonder if it was.
That's all I can watch.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
I am so excited.
Like I started working out my base when they put it on a Sunday. Didn't touch the weight. I just sat there staring at the TV like 4 straight hours. I watched all the episodes. It was so good.
Oh,
Anyway,
cool.
That's a winner. Those two, like, because I grew up watching 80s heroes.
Oh, exactly. I watched Rocky 4.
Rambo, Rocky, Terminator. It's like,
yeah.
these are the guys I want to be like when I do it.
Yeah, bro.
So,
Did your dad turn you onto these movies, or how did you find out?
no,
about
so my dad was huge into Rocky. So I guess, yeah, exercising and Rocky were like his 2 favorite, like,
Yeah, that's where I get it from. I think Corbin does too. So
yeah, I guess our dad's kind of instilled a love of kind of fitness, bodybuilding, superhero, action hero.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that generation, like, that was the thing, you know?
ode to our fathers, big beefcakes, you know?
Oh, for real. It's like, that's how all the heroes and all these things were. They were all Arnold, big, you know, Sylvester, just jacked dude.
What are your goals here coming up? You said you got future shows. Yeah. Is the goal to keep competing? Is it to get a pro card? Like, what's kind of your vision?
That's a great question, because I felt like it's definitely shifted after doing this competition, and because I didn't expect to do one after. I was like, we'll do the one, you know, and then I just fell in love with the process of it. Like, not even just the competition. Like, I knew before I got on stage this time, I was like, oh, I got to do another one, because it's just the whole process and building yourself and learning things about yourself and your body and even like your mental capacity. It's so neat. And so I definitely next year want to do another show. And after I went to the Olympia and like got to see some of it live,
In the itch.
it's one of those itches where it's like, oh, how far can like, yeah, I think I could push myself, you know, and we'll see. But it'll be one of those things we'll see with time. But definitely this first show I did was more just cross off the bucket list, fulfill the dream. This next one is let's compete. Like let's try and win. Yeah. So
Sweet.
so we'll see how it goes from there.
Oh, let's go. And then where can people find you on Instagram, or
Yeah.
how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. You know, I make a lot of dumb, crazy videos.
Corbin
You can find me
Kaufusi.
there, just being a wild gypsy guy, but always there, TikTok, kind of all over.
What are your handles?
Corbin JK.
Okay.
Yeah,
Corbin JK.
Corbin JK.
Corbin JK.
Or just
I
look
like
up
that.
Corbin Kaufusi.
What's your middle name?
Jerome.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
Such a big dude name.
That is.
Jerome.
It's a 6'10" bodybuilder frame.
I love that, bro. I'm gonna call you Jerome now. That's sick. Okay, dude. Well, yeah. Well, we appreciate you so much for having you on, and
thanks for having me.
yeah, great energy, and yeah, we'll have to league out one of these nights.
Bro.
Try to get on League of
Easy,
Legends. Show you the ways.
We'll have to get you on the show again too in the future as you're prepping for your next show and getting ready.
Yeah.
Kind of hearing that process.
Hopefully look a lot different next time. Like, all right, we're
all both
let's
there.
go.
Yeah. What do you think?
Whatever we're doing, it's working.
Yeah, it's totally different sound. Just like, hey, you know.
Hey, Jerome's here. Okay. Corbin's got.
Corbin,
What's up?
wrong.
Next time I'll be in sweats, just a mess.
Yeah, Corbin, 300 pounds plus, it switches over to Jerome.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to the No Bullshit, Just Bullfit podcast. We had so much fun with Corbin Jerome Kaufusi. That was awesome, brother. Appreciate you so much for having you on. Yeah.